The spirit splendor in the soul unfurled is ever stifled with the strangest stuff. Our values matched with good things of this world, mocking recede and seem an airy bluff. Our nobler veins, the true life-giving springs, are choked with all the dust of earthly things. What though imagination spread her wings in early hope towards the things eternal, shrunk as a spacious realm in the diurnal defeat that loss and disappointment brings? Full soon in deepest heart's care finds a nest, and builds her bed of pain in secret still. There rocks herself, disturbing joy and rest, and ever takes new shapes to work her will. With fluttering fears for home or wife or child, a thought of poison flood or perils wild. For man must wail at bridges never crossed, lamenting even things he never lost. Shall I then rank with gods? Too well I feel my kinship with the worm who bores the soil, who feeds on dust unto the wanderer's heel. Give sepulture to all his care and toil. Is it not dust that fills my 100 shells, and walls me in like any pedant hack? Fellow of moth that flits and worm that delves, I drag my life through learned bric-a-brac. And shall I here discover what I lack, and learn, by reading countless volumes through, that mortals mostly live on misery's rack? That happiness is known to just a few. You hollow skull, what has your grin to say? But that a moral brain with troubled tossed sought once like mine the sweetness of the day, and strove for truth, and in the gloam was lost. You instruments, you mock me to my face with wheel and gimbal, cylinder and cog. You were my key to unlock the secret place. The wards are cunning, but the levers clog. For nature keeps her veil inviolate, mysterious, still an open light of day. And where the spirit cannot penetrate, your screws and irons will never make a way. Here stands the gear that I have never touched, my father's stuff bequeathed to be my prison, with scrolls of vellum blackened and besmutched. Where still the dusk lamp's dismal smoke has risen, better have spent with what little was my own, that sweat for petty gains by midnight oil, the things that men inherit come along. To true possession by the spirit's toil? What can't be used is trash, what can a prize be gotten from the moment as it flies? But what magnetic thing compels my gaze? This file fascinates me, like the sight of soothing moon when deep in forest ways our very thoughts are silvered with the light. You I salute, you flask of virtue rare, that now I hand me down with reverent care. In you I honor human wit and art. You very spirit of the opiate flowers, you distillation of the deadly powers, show to your master now your gracious heart. To see you, touch you, soothe my strife and pain. I hear a call towards the open main. My tide of soul is ebbing, more and more lies at my feet the shining glassy plain. A new day beckons to another one, to another shore. As if on wings, a chariot of fire draws near me. I'm ready to be free, piercing the ether newborn I aspire, to rise to spheres of pure activity. This stirring life, this bliss of godlike birth. How shall we earn it? Who from worms must rise. Yet through the call I spurn the sun of earth, leave resolute its loveliness my eyes I lift, and daring to fling wide the gate whose threshold man hath ever flinching trod. The hour is come as master of my fate, to prove in man the stature of a god, nor blench before the cavern black and fell, imagination's torment evermore, but dare the narrow flaming pass of hell, and stride in strength towards the dreaded door. This step I take in cheerful resolution, risk more than death, yea, dare my disillusion. Pure crystal bowl, I take you from your case, come down to help me from your waiting place. Long have I owned your worth with unconcern, you who could charm upon high holidays my father's guests, and shining win their praise. As each received the loving cup in turn, the pride of art, the legends in the frieze, the drinkers pledged to tell them all in rhyme, then lift the cup and drain it to the less it leaves, or brings me back the nights of youthful prime. I shall not hand you now to my any friend, no witty praise of art do I intend. For here's a cause with quick to drown the sense, a childless with dark object to dispense. I chose clear-eyed the draught of my preparing, and drink my last, with all my spirit daring to pledge the morrow's awful imminence. Christ is risen, joy to mortality, men whom fatality creeping inherited, deeply dispirited, doomed to a prison. What depth of chanting, whence the blissful tone, names my lifting of the fatal glance, to bells already tell with vibrant drone the psalm of opening of the Easter Mass, and choirs with comfort anthem now resume the angelic breaking of the darkened tomb, the token of a compact come to pass. With spices and balm, Thane had tended him, laid him in calm, faithful befriended him. Wraps had we wound, pure linen laid on, alas, and we found our Savior was gone. Christ is raised up, death has no sting. Love's blessed King lives conquering trials that bring misery's cup. Why seek ye heavenly sounds so mild and mighty, me in dust distressed? Go sing where tender souls are domiciled. I hear but lack the faith am dispossessed, and faith has wonder for its dearest child. This is sphere to which I may not venture. This source of things sublime, this lofty strain. And yet the sound brings back my soul's indenture of early years, calls me to life again, time-wise, with sweetest touch, dear heaven's kiss, would light upon me in the Sabbath stillness. Then had the bells a sound of boding fullness, and every prayer was ecstasy of bliss. A strangely lovely fervency, a yearning, drove me to stray in fields and forests far. And when my heart was loosed, and tears came burning, I neared the threshold where no sorrows are. This melody, the bliss of childhood, taught me the song of innocence, the joy of spring, and thoughts of youth. This solemn hour have brought me in my last step a childlike wavering. Begin once more, a sweet celestial strain. Tears dim my eyes, earth's child I am again. He in the tomb who lay now is a sun glorious that should reach the day when death is ended, blissfully grows he near to his creative power. Still must we sojourn here, biding our earthly hour. Let he us all, his own languishing here like this. Ah, we do but bemoan, Master, thy bliss. Christ is arisen from foulness of death's decree. Though from your prison love sets you free, prize him and praise him witness always. And when you raise your brotherly lays who works and who prays, as love fills his days, may know without fear his Master is near. Why do you think that way's the best? Before the huntsman's hostel up the hill. But we were making for the mill. I vote we go to the fairy hatch. That's not much catch. What about you? I'm going with the nest. Castle Inn is,